Hey, gorgeous. Hey, today we are testing out some different lighting. It is gloomy and dreary outside. It's really beautiful though, especially because the weather has warmed up. Today we're going to talk about the family you are marrying into. Now, I talk about dating for marriage, marrying with an intention to stay married, dating with intention to get married. And so I talk about marriage a lot, especially when it comes into knowing what you're looking for and being aware of how to get that which you desire. Let's get into it. So, the type of family that you will be marrying to will not necessarily dictate your life, but as you've seen for a couple of years, a lot of ladies are getting divorced, right? And I think that that may have something to do with birth control and it changing our hormones, therefore changing who we are attracted to, and not allowing us to get what we really want and desire when we're off of it, when we are having children, and therefore after. So, what I want to address today, specifically, not necessarily birth control, that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But one thing I do want to address is the family that you're marrying into. Do you know his family? Do you know his values, his traditions, the things that make him tick, the things that make him say, ooh, yes? Well, of course, that's what we say, but in a manly manner. What are the things that he finds and values about himself and life? Let's get into it. Now, we all know that a lot of us and our experiences are dictated off of who our parents were and the way in which they raised us. And so, from that, you want to have an understanding of what kind of family did he have? What kind of family is he coming from? Now, this may be one of those things that you think of as traditional values of what kind of family are you marrying into? Something that a lot of ladies may be like, we don't need to know that. But that is very important. And that is one of the reasons that in a lot of older movies, that is something, especially the princesses, like what kind of family? Her parents want to know what kind of family does he come from? Because this is important for your lineage, for your children, and for the life that you're going to live while you're with him. So, what kind of family does he come from? Is he a mama's boy? Was his dad in the household? And if his dad was in the household, one of the things that you do want to be aware of is knowing that whoever his dad was, he may either look up to it or he may not look up to it. And it really depends on their relationship as far as if he was in the household with him or if he raised him in a separate household and things like that. What are the things that his father did in his own personal life? Because as he becomes a man, and hopefully you are dating a man, but as he becomes more of an older gentleman, more mature, we eventually become our parents unless we take different steps to change that. Now, what kind of family is he from and who is he? Does he plan to be like his family? And if not, is he taking steps to be different? Is he motivated to make different decisions and to stand on those? Because a lot of times when we are making decisions that do not correlate with the path that our parents have made, it can get quite lonely, especially if we have parents who are telling us that we're doing it wrong because we're not doing it the way in which they did. So, what kind of family does he have? And I think what's really important is to notice how he handles conversations and situations with older gentlemen, especially if his dad was not in the household or in his life. Is he able to take direction from another man? Does he have a manly mentor, or are all of his mentors females? And that can become a little sticky in itself. So you really want to get a full understanding of who he is. And this is another reason why I say a lot of times just be quiet. Watch him, see who he is, see his character, get to know him as his individual self, while also getting to know the influences that he does have around us. We are like the five people that we spend the most time with. So you want to get to know the people that he spent the most time with, especially when he was younger, and who may continue to mentor him throughout his years, throughout his adulthood and his marriage life and things like that. Now, another thing that you may want to get an understanding of and even have a conversation about is, does he get advice, romantic advice from his parents? And if so, what does that look like for you? And are you comfortable with that? So when I say mentorship, it can either be in just life lessons, it can be in marriage, it can be career wise, it can be fitness, whatever those mentorship relationships look like, you want to make sure that you have an understanding of who he is receiving this information from and what does their life look like, right? Because we only want to take advice from someone whose life reflects the life that we desire or we would like to have or we aspire to have, right? So that is something that you do want to have a full understanding of. And if he is going to other people for relationship advice about you, you definitely want to be okay with that if that is something that he's doing. If he's one of those people that's like, this is just between you and I, are you okay with that? Are you okay with keeping that in to yourself and being able to just communicate effectively with him? Now, when it comes to the type of family that you are marrying into, one of the things that you are going to want to pay attention to is his mom. What did he see his mother doing? What kind of expectations does he have for the women in his life? Now, there's all these things on the internet. Of course, you and I know that. There's a lot of men, or at least women, saying that there's men that want to go 50-50, that men expect women to go out there and hustle like their mom. Their mom had 2 jobs, she raised him alone. This is why it is important to know, what kind of family are you marrying into? Are you marrying into a family where the women are workhorses and they have to not only do the household chores and take care of the children, but they have to go outside the house and have another boss or whatever and work in that aspect as well? Or was he seeing his mother be a stay-at-home mom? Was she there when he came home from school? Was she there doing whatever that she does in the household? And what are his expectations of that? And that will let you know. Just you being able to watch his mother and see what she did, or at least have a conversation with her, you'll have a better understanding of what he may expect from a lady. Now, if his mom was always decked out, she had a full face of makeup every single day, that may be something that he's expecting from you, especially if while dating you always have a full face of makeup. He may not be aware that you are going to take off your makeup and have some rest days where you just relax. So look into that. And if his mother was natural, he may find you to be more beautiful natural. He may not want you to wear makeup or lashes or like do all that. So look into that and see, is this something that I want? Is this the type of family that I want to be in? Because this will be the family not only that you create with your bond, but the family that you will be visiting. I'm not going to say that you have to, but for the sake of the children and traditions and things like that, and to have that community feel when it comes to family, you're definitely going to want to go and do traditional things with the family that he was raised in and the family that you were raised in. And you're going to want to create oneness with that. Are you able and capable? Do you have the capacity to be able to do that in this way? Or is that out of alignment for you? Is that not compatible for you? Because when you are becoming one with a man, yes, it is you and him. But also, you want to know why he is the way he is, why he does what he does, and things like that. You're going to want to know the things that he finds to be appropriate, the things that he finds to be desirable that he does as a man, because either his dad did it or his dad didn't do it. And it really depends on the fact of if his father was in the household with him or not. And that will give you kind of like the blueprint or the roadmap of who he is now and who he plans to be and who he plans to grow into throughout you all's marriage. Because at the end of the day, we are marrying with intention. We are dating with intention. we are creating a life filled with intention. I really hope this helps, ladies. Let me know below. Go ahead and like, share, and follow. Subscribe. Love you.